muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very, very, very well. I hear you. I hear you. Hear you. I hear you. Oh my god, the amount of people that commented on the video that I just posted reacting to Tubbo, reacting to Adam McIntyre, reacting to Adam McIntyre, reacting to Tubbo, reacting to Tommy, and reacting to, like, whew, the inception. Anyways, a lot of people were commenting on the video of me reacting to Tubbo, reacting... God, it's so ridiculous. Me reacting to Tubbo, reacting to Dream's video on Tommy Innett's video. My goodness. And I watched like an hour of it when Tubbo was watching Dream's video and giving commentary. And the amount of people that were commenting being like, Adam, you must watch the second half of the VOD because it goes even more in depth. It's crazy. So many things are revealed. And I said, you know what? What the muckers want, the muckers can get. So I have sat my ass down in this chair again, and we're going to go through the rest of it. And let me tell you something. This is also a treat for me because I am so insanely locked into this. I didn't know in depth who most of these, if any of these people were, like a week ago. So I'm really diving into this head first. And let me tell you something. I'm enjoying it. I have covered drama with American people for a very, very, very long time. And let me tell you something. There's something really beautiful about diving into drama where the accents are completely different. And obviously I'm Irish, so hearing the British accent for a lot of these people, it just is so different than hearing, like, again, like Taddy Westbrook's like, time and place, and you did it at my birthday dinner. And I'm just really enjoying it. So let's get into it. I appreciate everyone's support on these videos, as always. And yeah, also my Patreon is linked down below. I have a bunch of different tiers on there, and I'm uploading Patreon exclusive content all the time over there. I'd really appreciate going over and supporting. It would be a really, really, really big support. And anyways, let's get to this. Let's lock in, divas. So this is where we left off. Let's pick back up again. And by the way, if you're new here, the quality is normally better on my YouTube channel. Not significantly, but never normally on like a MacBook unless I'm traveling, and I'm currently in Dublin for work right now. So God bless.
Of the DMs that Tom's mum's been receiving from fans of Dream since this video was up. I will say, this was kind of unavoidable, but I thought I'd just show some of these off. Fuck you, Sarah, you slag cunt. You and your sick nut family should fuck off back to the sweatshop, you bug-eyed freak. So, in this message, they're referring to the defamation in Dream's new video, and I'm gonna...
Okay, so Tommy's family are being harassed based on the fake allegations that Dream made. Oh, okay, and you're trying to tell me to be on Dream's side with this?
Call it what it is, because it is defamation and it is baseless, and he said it with no evidence, and he's referencing a situation that he's not involved with and doesn't understand. So it's pretty obvious to see that this is a direct result of Dream's video and the defamation in that video. Back to the sweatshop, you bug-eyed freak. Those glasses don't hide the plastic inject into your fuck-off lips. What? What?
This is Tommy's mom that they're sending this to? And here's the thing as well. People like Dream will act stupid that they don't have the impact that they have with their audience, but they rely on that audience, and they rely on that parasocial of fans being so vicious that they're able to get away with situations like this. And they use situations like this where they'll have conflict to rile up their audience to attack the people involved or attack their family to try get the other people to stand back. Therefore, in theory, Dream would win because he'd be the last one speaking. And it's such a ridiculous, disgusting tactic that a lot of people use. And if you believe that a YouTuber does not know that their audience are doing this and they're refusing to talk about it, they're lying to you.
In that video to go, I messaged Tom's mum once. Going back on what he said 2 days ago when he referenced that message he showed off in this video, and then that he messaged a second time. But he only mentions one here because it makes him look more reasonable. What? Like, I don't understand. Okay, Velvet has just sent me Dream's Reddit post, which we're now going to look at. Tommy's Addison is speaking out.
Dream be posting on Reddit as well? Do these Minecraft people be posting on Reddit as well? Listen, you know I can't with Reddit. You know I can't with Reddit.
I definitely not speaking for other Tommy's editors, but I want to clarify, as someone that edited for him for a while, he paid me very well and treated me only with kindness and respect. I don't know, but I don't give a fuck about the rest of the drama though. Go watch the yard if you're open to that. Okay. As someone that has done some time work for Tommy and paid the majority of this is just false.
Again, just everyone who actually is involved coming out and disproving the claims that Dream made. Okay, of course.
Okay. And then, yeah.
I do wonder how Dream feels that every single baseless argument he made, he has people coming out defending Tommy and being like, hey, that's so far from the truth.
Okay.
Must be very humbling.
Here. Like, it's just more of like, it's just so phone. It's just like, he loses his leg. Like, I criticized my friend group for calling him a pedophile and a predator because it's wrong. And his stance on that is that and Dream's stance on that is that it's blatant defamation, and that they need to stop under any circumstances. He then makes blatant defamatory statements against Tom, claiming his merch was made in a sweatshop and that he ran an editor's sweatshop.
And then at the end of the video, he's like, Tommy, I've always been proud of you, and I'll always root for you. Girl! I hate this fake kindness.
That is insane. Okay. This is Dream's response to this.
Oh, God. I'm sure this will be great
That is
and
insane.
cohesive and coherent.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is fucking hard for me to read. I'm being
Real.
honest. Not everything is black and white, so in my opinion, these editors are probably being completely, or at least mostly honest. And
oh my God, when something doesn't fit the narrative that he pushed that was so incorrect, he's like, you know, maybe this is like a little bit to like fully true, or maybe like 50% honest. Just admit that you lied. You spoke for people and they're speaking out that it isn't what you said it was.
And that part of my video is also not dishonest. No, it is 100% dishonest. It is 100% dishonest. To compare in modern day contextuality that Tom pays his editors lower than minimum wage in modern day contextuality when referencing messages from 4 years ago is entirely dishonest. And there is no other way to put that. I obviously know a lot of editors, and my statements were based on the first accounts from multiple editors. And also screenshots provided by editors. I also am not in that Discord myself to take the screenshots. Dude, it's...
Wait, he's literally... This is such a bad point to... He is so stupid. This is such a bad point to make when you're like, oh, I don't even have direct access to where I'm getting all my information and sources from. And he's like, well, you know, I don't really... Does he know how dumb this makes him sound?
Then, like, why would you then... I don't...
God.
I don't know what to say. It's just actually insane. It actually is insane. And the fact that he thinks it's not dishonest is even more insane. Also, I just want to say, in his video that he just made about Tom, also important to know, he reacted to almost every part of Tom's video, except for the part where he brought up George and Katie, which is why he called Dream's friend group misogynistic. Anyone else notice that just wasn't there? So if we go back to where he was called misogynistic, rather than reacting to the reason of why Tom called him misogynistic, he goes, I don't even know what this is about. What's the context? When the context was in the video and removed.
Of course.
Oh my God.
First of all, I knew of Tommy in it. I didn't know of Tubbo. Love this diva. This diva can cluck. And you know why? This diva was involved in Dream's video as a way of defending Dream. Like, Dream used altered clips of Tubbo as a way of defending his message. And then Tubbo comes out with this stream disproving everything that Dream has said, actually proving that he lied on behalf of Tommy with things that actually had to do with Tubbo. But I love a diva that can cluck. And I find them.
Like, right. Obviously. Oh, wait, 1 second. By the way, I'm just getting the receipts up for... I'm getting the receipts up for me claiming that I paid both those invoices he showed in those videos. I'm getting the receipts up.
Love. God, I love this diva. Where has he been?
Okay. Obviously, my first screenshots are a direct reference to a specific dollar amount in regards to Jack, and the text on screen says it's about Tom's friends, but not Tommy. So, in the video about Tom, that his audience have been so critical of me reacting to a video about Tom that I'm not in, he's saying Tom ran an editor's sweatshop because he has screenshots of Jack Manifold paying $50 for a video. But Tom is the one that's running the editor's sweatshop. Madness. Genuine madness.
Again, there are no valid points that Dream is making. He's getting information and then being like, oh, that means blank. And then everyone's like, well, how did you come to that fucking conclusion? What the fuck?
And then another editor asked for editors so they can avoid working for them. How long they play so I trust the US. So not about Tom. Use the YouTube editor and cut it out.
Another irrelevant point.
In the same way that you asked Tom to
That doesn't apply to the kid he befriended, by the way.
delete all of his videos that ever had you in. Use the YouTube editor and cut it out, because it's a baseless allegation. The same ones that you still despise.
These people are so stupid.
The second screenshot is demonstration of proof editors use circles of fans to get low/free labor. Those screenshots and the ones he's referencing to is not enough evidence that Tom ran a fan-driven.
Which is also really funny as well, that the things he shows don't provide enough evidence. But in the things that Tommy said about Dream, he's like, well, you didn't provide enough evidence. Well, motherfucker, neither did you. You can't have it both ways. You can only, in your world, show little evidence, or irrelevant evidence, actually, when you can get away with it. But no one else can. But also, Dream, throwing up random, irrelevant screenshots and then saying a point that are unrelated, do not... No.
Editing workshop. Yeah, I mentioned thinking about getting Tom Stans to do rough cuts for him or something, or just outsource some fans to help out. In this, no mention of pay.
Literally.
By the way, no mention of pay,
Clock
and
it.
no confirmation that this even happened.
Clock it.
These are cropped fully on Twitter. Really? There is no evidence that this even happened. Send me the link then. It was about corpse, and he cropped out half the image. So this also is not about... It was Larry. Larry, my goat. Oh my God, it's insane. It actually is insane. It's not even about Tom.
Oh!
It's not even about him. And also, I just want to say, hey, I'm going to show you this photo now. This is...
Hold on. Just want to clarify, reiterating back the point, that Tommy made a video on Dream because Dream called Tommy and its fans the R slur, and Tommy and it called him out for that and some other things. Dream, in response, makes a video on Tommy that is literally a hit piece with the amount of alleged defamation in it, right? Just want to reiterate again that Dream is significantly older than Tommy, befriended him when he was 15, 16 years old, and Dream was in his 20s, and let's be honest, used him. Let's be honest. For popularity. As much as Dream likes to not admit it, Dream needed Tommy for a lot of fame, and used him for that. Why do you think he was going on hour-long calls with him every day? Because he needed him. He needed this kid, by the way. And then when the befriended kid turns into an adult, and isn't even an adult, by the way, is only 20 years old. So is the age now, 5 years later, that Dream was whenever he befriended Tommy in it, the child. When Tommy grows up, speaks out about having a different opinion of Dream in the entire relationship, Dream makes a hit piece video on him with information about other people, but relates it to try and make it relevant to Tommy to disprove him, speaking out against Dream. We've seen this often with these people that befriend people when they're really young, want to use them when they're really young, and then when they grow up and are able to have an adult perspective of things, even though Tommy Innit is still legally a minor, they just turn on them. And they turn vicious because they're threatened. And they know what can get exposed. They know how things can get twisted. And that's what we're seeing here with Dream. And that's why I cannot, in my heart of heart, take his side at all.
Sneak's lovely wife Hannah stood in front of Blue Jay Mansion in LA with the car I rented in the background.
From the invoices.
So, if we just jump back to where's this point in the VOD, where you see these two invoices where it was past the sweatshop. Where's the sweatshop bit? So, there you go. Car day rental, invoice $20,000. Here is a photo of Hannah with said car. I know there's a discrepancy where it says it's a Ferrari. The Ferrari was wrecked on the... Let me find actually, because the rental sent me a image of the wrecked Ferrari. Let me get that real quick.
This diva has the receipts ready. And I love it.
If I just search car... oh, I might not have it. It was a text message. Maybe my old phone. But it is insane. You can also see here another photo of Sneak's being the goat for this. You can see another photo of Sneak, a screenshot inside Blue Jay Manor, which I paid for. Beverly Hills, California.
Blue Jay Manor. Let me research Blue Jay Manor. Blue Jay Manor mention. I want to see Blue Jay Manor. Blue Jay Manor, Beverly Hills. I want to see inside it. The Blue Jay Residency. Is this it? Ooh, let's have a little looky. Blue Jay Manor. Let's see where they stayed. OMG! Eat your heart out. Eat your heart out. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Love. Love some wine. Hello? Love. Where was my invite, divas? Love. Love. Wow. Wow, this is beautiful. Girls, I'm in Brighton. I know a lot of those Minecraft people are in Brighton. Hey, we can hop on the same flight. Bring me next time.
California. You can see very clearly on this invoice. Car rental, let me go back a bit.
How much was
Very
it?
hardworking child laborers to make it possible. Unfortunately, that
Those
company
photos.
also scammed a bunch of his viewers.
Right, Blue Jay mentioned.
25,000.
I'm going to Google Street View.
7 nights.
Right, maps. Where I'm going to take me to
25,000. Wow, fuck.
There we go. I've got the photo of the wrecked Ferrari.
Oh.
1 second. My dad just texted me this because my dad, in charge of all my accounts, knows I paid these fucking invoices. Let me just save this. I'm just going to text
In the
it to
sense
Sneak on
that
Discord so I can
if
pull it
you
up.
kick every invoice out of this country, what is Tubbo going to be paying?
Right. There you go. Here is a photo of the wrecked Ferrari, which was wrecked on the way, delivering it to it, which is why, in this photo, it is a McLaren 720S instead. Here is the wrecked Ferrari. Here is a picture of Sneak in said mansion, and I'm now pulling it up here.
Damn, these bitches have money. I need to start playing Minecraft.
Now, where is my...
When
where
I
is my-
rebrand as a Minecraft channel, hey guys, I'm not doing this for financial gain.
Indra. Where's my little guy? If we just pop ourselves right down here... Oh, wait a minute. Is this the exact perspective that where exactly
That's the Blue
where
Jay
Hannah
residency that me and the Muckers are going to be staying at.
photo? Wait a minute.
Well, yes.
Is this address not exactly the address on this invoice? Wait a minute.
I wonder if the Blue Jay Manor will be getting any new bookings because of this.
Is this not exactly the house that I paid for? Is this not the car I rented in front of the house?
Diva, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you, Diva. I believe you.
I paid for, which is somehow evidence that Tom made merch doing child labor?
That is true. I forgot that this all related back to that invoice was supposedly meant to prove that Tommy Innit had child labor. Forgot about that. Forgot about that. Crazy.
Oh my fucking god. Here is a photo of me in said house.
Wow, that really is crazy. That invoice was supposedly about child labor, but instead was completely irrelevant. And the motherfucker got clocked. God, Dream is so stupid. How are his well, obviously his fans are as insufferable as what they are, because they have to defend such a dumbass like him.
Actual fabricated evidence to spew blatant bullshit defamation.
Gagged.
I just can't believe that somehow me renting a supercar and a mansion in LA is evidence of Tom.
Which is crazy, and then to throw up these stock image photos of child labor. Insane, by the way. Literally deranged. But it's crazy that they would, or that Dream, the crazy one, no shade, would use Tubbo. Look how filled with love I am. When I say something hateful, I'm just gonna go like this, just so you know it's all love. So when the crazy Dream would use videos of Tubbo to kind of disprove Tommy Innit's, what's the word, like reliability or credibility, but then didn't know that he in turn lied using Tubbo's name that just completely disproved his points against Tommy in it. Sorry, that was such a confusing way of saying
doing
that.
child labor. And what has
Please
happened
forgive
here,
me.
Dream has referenced this situation he knows nothing about, which he thinks he knows, but he knows nothing about and
Clock.
wasn't involved in, to try
Clock
to
it.
make a baseless claim look like it has evidence.
I just realized that I haven't locked my hotel door. And there's like a lot of people running in the hallway and I'm really scared. So I'm gonna go do that.
Dream always goes on about pulling up receipts. I just
I
pulled
didn't
up
mean to
all
start
the
it
receipts on why this is total bullshit.
I didn't mean to start it
Total
again.
bullshit.
I didn't mean to start it again.
Oh, Larry just
What did I
texted me.
miss?
There's a
What did I
crop
miss?
evidence.
Sorry, this chair's squeaky as fuck, by the way. I just want to let you know that I'm not ripping one. Because it's keep being like... And I'm like, it'd be crazy if I was just fucking ripping ass and not telling you. Well, why would I tell you? I have been. I'm kidding.
But it takes long to go finish that clips. I outsource these from the company. Yeah, I already mentioned getting choice as the help of rough club, but he didn't.
Clock it.
Oh my god, it's so dishonest. Did he get that full screenshot where it says but he didn't and just choose not to include it? Or was he not sent of it? But
Hold on. I need to research Tubbo a little bit. Because I love this diva. Okay. So, Tubbo. What do you look like? Because you have a very small camera. Okay, this is Tubbo. What age is he? He literally looks 12. He looks so young. That's a privilege. It's a privilege. I'm jealous. Tubbo age. He has to be like... Would he be like my age? Oh my god, he's a year younger than me. 21 years old. Damn, all these Minecraft people, well, some of them, are young as fuck. But not you, Dream. Not you, Dream. Pushing it.
because that is also blatant defamation, the exact same thing. Which
God,
is
these
so mad at
20-year-olds
Tom
have dealt
for
with
doing
so
and the Fraser
much.
doing about him being a predator.
I'm also the same age as them, in fairness.
At this point, they just gotta fucking sue each other. Like, that's crazy. Hopefully they let me react to the court stream. Come on!
Me too, Diva.
Yeah, where were we? Second screenshot was demonstrating proof of editors using fans, a very low shot, which blatantly didn't happen. Boom. But he didn't, but.
So, another proven, like, literally being able to be proven wrong accusation that Dream's video makes. And again, his entire video on Tommy is like, how could you get this stuff wrong? How could you...
Blatantly didn't happen. Classic Dream lie.
Of course.
I've had multiple first-hand accounts from editors being paid with what works in dollars per hour for Tom videos, especially captioning, which is in cutting, outsourced to stands. No evidence of that. Zero evidence, zero receipts.
Oh, I keep forgetting this is
Zero
Dream's
anything.
comment.
Also,
Oh my
actually,
god,
editors,
he's so
paid fairly by
stupid.
Tommy, but due to time pressures, the push to work on the sun for a ridiculous low amount. No evidence of that. None. Remember to be level-headed. I'm so...
Because why do you need evidence? Dream was not the person that said that you need to have evidence when making claims. No, he didn't say that in his video. Yes, he did. God. Rules for thee, not for me. Rules for thee, not for Dream.
level-headed. It's getting frustrating how no one seems to be able to see through the lies. And I will
Maybe
end
we
this stream
see.
after saying everything I've said, which is entirely logical, based on evidence Dream himself has provided. And none of his audience will have believed a word I have said, even though everything I said is logical and based on the evidence he himself has provided.
And again, why did Dream literally involve Tubbo in this when clearly this is me learning that this diva can clock? Like, why would you involve Tubbo in the original video against Tommy?
And it's frustrating.
Out
and I
of
feel like
context,
I'm
by the
not
way,
getting
and
through.
clipped.
How Tommy is aware of it, I'm not certain. His stand. So he even says here, he confirms that he doesn't know how much of it Tommy is aware of, even though it is false. Even if there is a chance that Tommy isn't aware of any of this happening, why would you put it in a massive expose video in front of your
Because
32
he has
million
no valid
subscribers?
points. He has no valid points.
Nah, it's genuine. The Premiere Pro screenshot in the video shows the uncropped screenshots. Okay. Due to Tom's video being 5 minutes, I condensed mine as short as I could while containing whatever information was absolutely necessary. But the less information there is, the easier it is.
You know the way Dream was like, well, Tommy doesn't include proof in his video. His and Tommy's video are probably the same length, and Tommy didn't include a lot of screenshots and stuff. He was mainly just talking. Maybe that was for the best, because the one person out of the both of them, Dream, that included all the screenshots is being clocked for lying on practically every single thing. So maybe keep the screenshots out next time, Dream Babe.
The easier it is to misconstrue things, the easier misinformation is. In this case, where there is money and work involved, it's not going to be very common that someone is willing to talk bad publicly about their past potential future employees. But it's all baseless. Which is why no one has said anything. Not because they're scared about repeat work. It's because all of this is baseless. All of it. Again, also, in case you still don't believe me, another photo of the car outside the house.
That's a nice-ass car. I want that car at the J something residence, whatever the fuck it was called. What was it called again? Memory of a goldfish. Maybe the memory of a goldfish, but I'll still clock you, Dream.
The section was to point out another reason for Tommy's critique that he puts evidence into his content and I don't is ridiculous. This just comes off as like, it kind of maybe, when he said, never mind. I don't even know what to say. This just, it's ridiculous. Okay, you can think whatever you want about your own content and each other's content. To be like, it is factually the case that I put so much effort into my video. Like, dude, effort is like subjective.
I was gonna say, anyone who continues, and by the way, I'm literally just indirecting Dream here, continues to preach how hard of a worker they are, how amazing their videos are, or how much work they put in, I'm like, please, no one cares. What you deem as a lot of effort in a video is what others don't. And the way he continues to bring up this argument of how much work he puts into his videos to kind of downplay other people's videos, but then he says that that's exactly what other people do to his videos.
You know what I mean?
Girl.
Like, I don't is ridiculous. Like, that is entirely
Someone commented, Dream, the effort doesn't show.
Given I edit my own videos and have heard horror stories like above, obviously, horror stories like above. What, false horror stories? You mean lies?
I was gonna say, what are the horror stories? Horror stories? I know he loves to say the word horror. Horror stories, we've now figured out, and you would have known because you said you have no access to the sources, that they weren't true. So they're not horror stories. They're actually not true.
Obviously, I'm happy to see his main editors are getting paid freely and treated well. I hope that that's the case. Obviously.
Obsessed with him now being like, I'm happy to see that the editors are being paid after making defamatory statements.
It's also dramatized, and I'm over-exaggerating to make a point.
Wait, so what the fuck? He just admits that he's over-exaggerating points to make a point? So you're fucking lying? So you're lying on the kid you befriended? You just admitted that you're over-exaggerating points to make a point, which means you don't fucking have a point! Oh my god, he's so stupid! Ah!
You mean the exact same things you criticize everyone for, and the exact same things further up in this exact post, you'd be like, yeah, that's how easy misinformation is to spread. And then you just admit to, yeah, it's dramatized and I'm over-exaggerating to make a point using the phrase editor sweatshop.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
That is commonly used in the editor community to refer to being overworked and underpaid. The editor community? What do you know about the editor community when you have just said you edit all your videos yourself? Hey, if any of Tom's editors are in chat, is that a common phrase in the editor? Is editor sweatshop commonly used in the editor community?
Sweatshop being
from
a
editors
commonly
in the community?
used phrase? Honey,
Anyone?
I don't think so. My goodness.
Devo isn't for me. Okay.
Yeah, everyone's like, no.
Crazy.
Editor sweatshop? Common.
Ah, yes. Summary.
Let me subscribe to
Factually
this,
true.
Tubbo.
Blatant defamation right there at the first line of the summary. Actually, factually, entirely incorrect, with not a single point that is true or based on evidence. Not a single point.
And again, just at the end of the day, whose side are the public supposed to take when, in retaliation to Tommy, Dream is admitting that he's kind of like fabricating a little bit? You know what I mean? We now know that you're literally just bullshitting your entire thing, but when you're even admitting that you're kind of like exaggerating a little bit, how can you be taken seriously?
Stands have, at some point on multiple accounts, assisted with editing with Tommy videos for below minimum wage, where it's essentially free. Zero evidence of that, as it wasn't referring to Tom, it was referring to Corpse.
God, The points aren't even
how much
referring
Tom
to
Hayes has made
Tommy.
editors and how many Tommy editors were involved in the editing process and how much this happened. The instance it was happening at the peak of the Dream SMP. Right.
Yikes,
Right.
this is so bad.
He's just lying. He's just lying. He is just lying. I don't know what to say. This is just blatantly lies, and we have explained in so detail we have debunked the entire editing sweatshop claim. The entire editing sweatshop claim is 100% debunked now. And if you don't think it's debunked, I genuinely don't know what to say. I genuinely don't know what to say. Right. Next up, I think, okay, we're basically talking about the editing sweatshop and how Dream just doesn't know what he talked about. Like, and I think that's so evident. I'm not even sure he actually watched the CoffeeZilla video, to be totally honest.
And again, now that I know that he literally edited Tommy into this fucking CoffeeZilla video, and also put him as the main pillar is so fucking gross and manipulative, because again, on first watch, I believed that Tommy was in this video and the main pillar, and it's like, not only do you have to lie to make your points, or use things that other people have done and try related to Tommy, but you're literally editing him into videos and then being like, well, he was in this exposed video. The kid you befriended, by the way.
Cool Dream. Dude, he said he didn't want to. I showed the messages at the start of the stream where he said he didn't want to call today because he was going to bed. And there they are.
I promise you the Diva Dream is watching this. Face reveal and all. God, this is so bad.
Right. Ludwig? Yes. Ludwig next. I have that somewhere.
Ludwig is sexy.
Ludwig himself posted a clip on his own Ludwig Clips channel, I'm pretty sure.
Ludwig is sexy. I am happy I'm getting involved in all this drama because
on his official
he is
Ludwig Clips
sexy.
Twitter.
There we go.
This is undeniable, irrefutable evidence that in the timeline you can see these exact messages. This image here is exactly this image here. You can tell by the little red TV pixels. It is exactly this image here. You can see how disingenuous he is from his own video making, where he has cropped out the part where Larry said he didn't. Like getting Tommy Stans to do cuts and something for him, but he didn't. He chose.
God, that is really crazy. Not only is he splicing clips from people like Tubbo to his narrative in his video, but he is literally cropping screenshots that if people had seen the following message would debunk his point. People like that having a platform are incredibly fucking disingenuous and evil.
To crop that out, and you know he did because in their own video he said, I edit all my own videos. Here is a screenshot that he has cropped and in the timeline being caught red-handed with the original screenshot.
Fuck me.
And this one's called jacklopay.png, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake!
So literally not even Tommy Lope. Someone that's not Tommy, and he's using it as if Tommy did it for this Tommy Expose.
Am I losing my mind? Am I going crazy? And the crazy thing is, even after there is so much undeniable evidence, people will still just be like, yeah, fuck Tubbo. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And you know what? Fine. Fine. Right, I'm gonna go get some water, and then I want to watch this Ludwig video.
I was about to say, let's get to the Ludwig video, who again is undeniably sexy.
Okay.
Connor
Yummy.
eats pants with the raid. Thank you, Connor. What was Connor talking about? He's talking about Dream. Dream had a generational crash out this week, eh? No. He was playing Marvel Rivals. He's good.
I love the fucking phrase crash out. And I'm so used to only hearing people say it about Ethan Decline that, hearing it being said about someone else like Dream, I love the fucking phrase crash out. It's so fucking funny.
That game. I'll give it to the Jit. He's good at that game. Dream mentioned you? Yeah, okay, so that's where I was gonna get to. That's what I was gonna get. The title is Big Drama, okay? I've been drama free. Who am I? I'm a gamer. I don't involve myself with the dealings of Drama Frog.
Okay, sure, man. Okay, sure, man.
I game. That's what I do. I game. But I go on my subreddit and I see this post, right? This tweet's killing me. You gotta be a crazy level of dog shit if Ludwig doesn't fuck with you. And I was like, what is this about? Who do I not fuck with? I fuck with most people. Find out. It's about this man named Dream. I do a bit of digging. I'm curious. I'm like, okay, what's going on with Dream? And I unravel this web that I had wished I had never unraveled.
That's
because
real.
it is the
That's
most
so real.
embarrassing,
That's so
unimportant, waste of time drama I have ever ever
Gag,
read in my
gag.
life. I thought about making a mogul mail, and then I thought, this is just more people's time taken away from them that they'll never get back. Because damn, this shit's embarrassing. It's genuinely. And if you know about this, you agree with me. It's embarrassing. And then lo and behold, I'm involved. I'm like, how am I involved? What did I? Ludwig from video game? What did I do? All right, here's a clip.
When I DM'd Ludwig after the truth video went up.
Here we go. Dream talking about Ludwig.
Pause. We need to give context. Okay? Context matters.
okay.
This is from a 3-hour stream where Dream called himself Detective Dream. And he was being a detective exploring
Even hearing it said
the
back, it's
minutiae of his own drama. So he was playing a character that was a unbiased detective trying to unearth the
insane.
truths of his own.
Oh, it's so cringe. Oh, it's so cringy.
Own drama. And I watched some of the stream, and he would occasionally say things, and then he would go, I shouldn't say that. I'm Detective Dream. I need to be unbiased. But then he would just say whatever the fuck
I want to say, there is no way Ludwig sat through that entire 3-hour stream. There is no way.
he was thinking, because none of this was
There
scripted.
is
It was a
no
3-hour goddamn
fucking
live
way.
stream. That's cringe. Well, look, get this.
As someone that did sit through that 3-hour live stream, there is no way.
All of this drama started because of the word cringe. That's what started this whole fucking thing. Okay, all this shit started because Tommy Innit decided it's a good idea to have a podcast. Okay, fucking white guy hits 20-year-old, wants to start a podcast. I get it. I'm not judging. I've been there.
coming
I
from
did the
inside
same
the
damn
house.
thing. And I would argue his podcast, it's a bit salacious. They're trying to get a little drama. They're trying to get their clicks. They're trying to get their views. Because I haven't watched a podcast, but I hear about the podcast via like tweets. It'll be like one of those people who fucking tweet shit out, like fucking Fearbuck. It'll be Tommy Innit says the person he hates the most is Mizkiff. That's I don't watch. That's just what I see. I'm like, okay. And then XQC replies. And he gets involved. Because XQC at this point, he kind of feels like I don't know, he's just kind of like a rich retired guy at this point. He kind of weighs in on every drama. He's involved in very little drama. He's just kind of fucking weighing in, eating food. Like, yeah, they're both fucking cringe, dude. And then goes back to doing, I don't know what he does all day. Going live on Twitch and then on X or Kick, whatever. So X calls them both cringe. And I'm like, hey, join the club. People who've been called cringe by XQC. Let's start a damn group. And in response to that, okay, let's recap. At this point, what has happened? Tommy Innit said Mizkiff is annoying. XQC said both are cringe. Dream comes into the picture. Not yet talked about. Inserts himself.
Okay.
With one
That's something that's just so important to note. And like from me coming into this as like an outsider, and like this is my first time like having an opinion of these people, and really Dream inserted himself in this. So as much as he wants to like play victim and play like people are attacking him and stuff like that, and his fans also want to do that, God, I need to know the age bracket of these fans, because if they're older than 18, oh my goodness, it really is. And if they're under 18, then I'm sure he'll love them. But it really is crazy how he inserted himself in this and then wants to make a video about everyone attacking him. Girl.
One of the craziest Twitter posts I've seen in a while. They made me laugh. I chuckled. Not because of the content of the post, but because of who the fuck posted it. I don't think I have the pass
That's
yet.
fair.
My girlfriend's autistic, but I don't think I can reclaim this shit. Growing up, becoming a R-word Tommy Innit fan. Dream stands. Not yet. Give me time. Who knows? We live long lives. So anyway,
Oh my God, not can I reclaim it yet.
Dream tweets this out, which is just insane. The tweet itself, not that shocking. If you're on Twitter for more than 5 minutes, that pops up, right? And it's not even that shocking of a tweet to make. If Tommy Innit got into some drama with Nick Merckx or Aiden Ross or Forsen,
But Dream got called out for using the R slur in the past and apologized for it and how he was going to do better, which just makes this so beautiful.
I would expect that. The shocker is that you look who tweeted out, it was Dream. And my first thought when I saw this is, that's not gonna go over well with Dream's fans. And it turns out that didn't go over well with Dream's fans. Not much of a surprise
crazy.
here. Not much of a surprise. And his response initially was, I'm reclaiming it because I'm on the spectrum. That's just not what that is. That's just not how that works.
That's what
anyway, fast
I
forward,
said.
Tommy and go back and forth, they're slinging shit. Apparently,
You've got to give it to Dream. That one's creative. Saying a slur, getting backlash, and being like, I'm reclaiming it.
they have years-old drama. I don't know. I got bored watching it. I'll come clean. But they've had beef for a couple of years. I guess
Fuck
at
you,
some
man.
point, Dream messaged Tommy and its mother. Again, I am one of you guys, a third-party bystander who happens to see occasional clips of this drama unfolding, going, damn, that's crazy, and then moving on with my day. Until my name is mentioned, okay? And this is part of Detective Dream. Again, a character he plays that's supposed to give an unbiased third-party review of the
So
drama that
cringe.
is involving him.
When I DM'd Ludwig after my
He just says it in a way that makes everything sound so unserious, man. I can't get over it. I'm like, oh my fucking God. This is really what I spent 3 live streams in the last week doing.
the truth video went up, and I asked him like, hey, are you making? I think you should make a video about this. You know, you made a video, or I don't know if from before, but I don't think you did actually. But I was like, I think it'd be really beneficial. I want to clear my name, you know, whatever. And he, alluded to the fact that like,
Pause. Reference. He made a video called The Truth because he had a bunch of grooming allegations. I never talked about this situation ever. The only time I talked about Minecraft drama is when I talked about Quackity in Dream's Minecraft servers. That's it, really.
It's
I'm
all
not gonna share
connected,
it with
man. It's all connected. It's all connected. I'm like a crazy man with like, strings and pinned on a...
Well, I'm diving in for the first time, and let me tell you something. The Minecraft lore, allegations, cancellations, fighting, drama. Why didn't you guys tell me about this before? I'm pissed at you. If you told me all this was going on, I would have been, like, jumping into this. I'm late to the bandwagon. I thought they were just playing Minecraft. Bitch, this shit is good. It's good.
Corkboard behind me. It's all fucking connected. It's all connected.
Message exactly, but I think this is important. He alluded to the fact like the community is still figuring this out. Are still like conflicted about it. So I don't make a video.
Does he have a Sports Direct mug?
Like I don't like that, but whatever. But he said that he still essentially had potentially a negative like view of me, and I was like, well, why? I like Ludwig. I think Ludwig's content's great. I think Ludwig's a great guy. I think that he's done a lot of.
That part is true. It is great content.
This is not. None of this is to expose Ludwig or anything. It's literally just I think it's important to bring up. But I said why? He said you called one of my friends a whore.
Okay, couple of points here. He said that I told him.
Oh, in the sense that. So this is interesting because in Tommy's video, he says about how if people knew the things that Dream say about women behind the scenes, like he's so misogynistic, and Dream's like, how would you say that without a claim? But here we have literally it being confirmed from Dream and Ludwig that he was calling women whores.
That I didn't want to do it because the community was mixed on the situation. That is not true. My concern was not that people
Dream lies again. Alert
Of course,
the
of course.
or mixed.
Oh,
My
yes.
concern was there's two groups of people who wanted the video to be made. Dream fans who want it to be defended, and Dream haters who want him to be burned at the stake. And the amount of people who actually care about the situation.
I like to think we're kind of like this middle ground. You know what I mean? Not necessarily the haters, not necessarily the fans, just like the middle ground of like, what the fuck?
And you know what we are over here?
That's what
Lovers.
I like to think we are as a community. We're the what the fuck guys that just look at shit.
And we are the lovers, the muckers, filled with so much love.
Think go, what the fuck? You know? Except for Jack Manifold. We fucking hate Jack Manifold.
And the truth underlying, we're very few at that point. It is basically people trying to watch things that align with their opinions and burn things that disagree with their opinions at the stake. But the real reason I didn't want to do it is what he brought up. He called one of my friends a whore. And I told him this privately. I never talked about this publicly. I never even brought up that he messaged me.
Which I think
Confirms Tommy's point about what Dream would say about women behind the scenes and being very misogynistic. So glad we've got that confirmed. So yet another lie that Dream has, tried to debunk and is now being proven debunking.
I think it's weird that not only he brought Ludwig into the conversation, but also messaged private conversations when it was nothing that Ludwig had mentioned publicly. And I don't think it
Dream
provided
loves
any
inserting
context
himself.
for his argument in that 3-hour stream.
Me. The third reason, by the way, I didn't make the video, I've been asked to make videos a couple of times by people instantly. That makes me not make a video about it. Like, instantly.
That's fair enough. Like, why is Ludwig got to fight your fight for you? That's stupid.
Literally.
The goal for somebody is for me to make a video about them. I will then not ever make the fucking video. Because the whole point of me making the video is for me to make a video of something I'm interested in, I care about. And if someone's asking and they're involved in it, I'm immediately...
It's like when you want to clean your room and then you're going to clean it. And then someone will come in and be like, clean your room. Well, I was going to, but now I don't want to. It's literally, I relate to this about making videos.
Like, basically doing fucking PR work for them. So I'm not making a video because someone's asked me to make a video. Anyway, this whole thing is true, right? This happened. Someone came up to me and they told me this. And I kept this to myself. I never brought this up publicly. I feel fine bringing it up publicly now because Dream brought it up. Dream, after I said this, sent me back like 5 pages worth of information about the situation, defending himself, messages from the person he called a whore, and explaining the situation. All of those messages were about a different girl.
What?
Oi! God, so he really just be going around lying to everyone. Not only going around lying to everyone, but doing stuff, being called out for it, and trying to just handle shit behind the scenes, but handle it in a way of throwing other people under the bus, or lying to people, or starting more shit in the process. He's awful. He's awful. So here we have another example of Dream getting called out for something and sending screenshots that are completely unrelated. Where do we hear this? About 30 minutes ago in the fucking video.
What? And let me get this straight. Overnight, I have been repeatedly shat on by the supporters of Dream for saying that him and his friend group need a reality check with their attitudes towards women.
Clock it, diva.
Never answered him. I never replied. Because I was like, brother, that's not even who I was talking about.
That is insane.
That's fucking crazy. And it's like a self-report, by the way, when you're like, well, here's this person saying I never called them a whore. And you're talking about someone else, which goes to show that you've talked about other women like that. It's a self-report.
Apparently you've come into this situation now more than one time. I'm definitely not making the video. Moved on with my life. And by the way,
that's
still
so
not making the
insane.
video. Don't give a shit.
That's
Good luck.
so insane.
My recommendation, keep your head down, make good content. That's it. That's all. Fuck you want from me? I'm a League of Legends player.
He is
Leave me alone.
He is
I'm fucking platinum, bitch. That's it. It did feel like the most insane self-report
And
of all time.
sexy as well.
Right. So let me get this straight. In his response video, right, Tom says this.
Has been so sexist too. And you and your friends' references and the way you talk about women behind the scenes has been so sexist too. Shame on you guys.
I don't even know.
Where's the context? Where's the context? Well, there we have it. Yet another point disproven.
what this is about.
I don't even know what this is about. Ludwig just says that Dream messaged him
About
paragraphs talking about a different girl that he had called a whore, which isn't the friend of Ludwig that he called a whore. Also, in his stream 2 days ago, the only time he ever brings up anyone without evidence or without private calls is Hannah and
Are these people genuinely shipped? And by these people, I mean Dream. Because it fucking sounds like it.
Amy.
Or
Okay.
are they just that awful that they don't know how to cover their tracks anymore?
And he also says Amy is an evil mastermind behind the situation with George and Katie. And then he cuts around Tom's video in regards to the situation with George and Katie. He cuts that out. He then, on 2 separate accounts, has had issues with derogatory calling women whores. And then the only time he's brought up women...
I do have to say, this is one of the most beautiful self-clockings I've ever seen. Being called out for calling someone a whore, so you message their friend and be like, hey, here's messages with me and this person that you're saying I called a whore. And then the person being like, hey, that's not the person I said you called a whore, but thank you now for confirming that you called other people whores. God, so stupid.
in his stream 2 days ago
Which was Tommy's
baseless
point.
exaggeration. With
And
baseless
again, after him falsifying most, if not everything in his video, for then responding to Tommy's claims about him being like, where's the context?
exaggeration and hyperbole. And yet I'm being flamed by his community for saying him and his friend group need to have an attitude adjustment
His
with how they
dumbass
act around women.
community. No shade.
What the fuck?
God.
I don't even know what to say. And also, when I'm saying this, the people I want to hear this still won't listen to me. All right, I got another text from Velvet, another Fred that Dream said. Oh my God.
Too many words. Get a hobby.
More context.
More, of course. Thank God. Thank God I was looking for more.
Ludwig slightly misremembered and didn't explain in a super fair way, in my opinion. It makes it sound way worse than what actually...
Oh my God, these people are not your PR control. They don't have to be so up your ass doing every fucking press release that you give them, Dream. He's so egotistical, and it's crazy how he's not clocking it.
It happened. Okay, so we're immediately going to come out the gate with the downplaying rather than the facts. Love that for us.
Of course.
We got a good pattern of behavior forming, man. I DM'd Ludwig suggesting he made a video and offering myself with some questions. That's just a weird thing to do. Ludwig replied eventually and said, I jokingly called one of his friends a whore. Why on earth would you do that? Due to the fact that a friend of Nicholas Catcher has recently falsely said I got slapped at a party for calling a girl a whore when I asked him about it. I don't know. I don't know if you jokingly call your friends a whore. I don't know if that happens.
Not to be the woke police, but that's not really whore. God, he's grasping at every straw to get out of any form of something that he could get called out for. I think he's one of the most fascinating people I've ever covered in my 5 years. I think he's incredibly delusional and incredibly deranged and egotistical and
I jokingly
manipulative.
called my friend slags, which I guess is kind of similar, but feels less serious. You know what I mean? And for that person, and especially someone that isn't a friend of yours, though.
Yes.
Tubbo, you have to be really close. Yeah, this is like really close friends. And it's often directed at Jack Manifold.
I need to know that lore. Can someone let me know that lore?
He said no, and he can't tell me more information because he doesn't think it is worth resurfacing it for her sake. I replied to the message saying, I'll provide context of the situation just in case he was not to protect the person's identity, although I had no idea about any other situation. So, wait, so what's he saying is... Wait, so is it 2 people or 1 person? 2 separate times this has happened. 2 separate times. So there's Robbo Funny's mate and
Maybe
Ludwig's
it's
mate
2 people, apparently.
that Dream has both
At least.
jokingly called a whore. Okay. I'm not going to say at least 2 because that implies that there's maybe more, which there could be, but we don't know that for true. We don't know that for truth.
We believe there's more.
And I think that's fair. Oh well, unfortunately, I guess I can't talk about this because I don't know who you're talking about at all, but I will say in general statement, I'm going to text-to-speech this. actually, so I don't fuck it up.
I need to start doing that. I love this diva.
Sup, natural reader? My goat. Give me added.
Today.
Yep, good enough. Personal use. Cool, thanks, natural reader. I'm gonna slow it down a bit because it does come out the gates pretty quick.
I need to start doing this. He's genius.
Oh, well, unfortunately, I guess I
Oh,
can't
that sounds
talk.
awful. Oh god, no, we're gonna go one time speed. That's crazy. Never mind.
Oh, well,
That was a reader after a little bit of a Xanax.
unfortunately, I guess I can't talk about this because I don't know what you're talking about at all. But I will say this as a general statement. A lot of people spread false stuff about me, or exaggerate. And I've done it a lot, especially during all of this stuff going on, as it's easy to sensationalize things because of how hated I seem, intentionally or
Wow.
unintentionally. I have had
My
to clear
god, not the fucking victim mentality of, I'm so hated that it's so easy to make shit up about me. Maybe because you never fucking take accountability and it's always a distraction.
so many different false stories of me being weird or just a total shitbag. Because the rumor mill runs super fucking strong when you're getting shit on 24/7.
Oh my
And
god.
every time it's just,
This is
"Oh,
crazy."
okay, that makes sense. It's not always someone lying, but it's almost always someone not realizing that exaggerating and mischaracterizing what they're saying can be a big deal.
That's crazy coming from Dream, accusing other people of like blowing shit up or lying about a story or misrepresenting something when we saw that was his entire Tommy in it video.
And isn't something they should do. I have never randomly called someone a whore. I have never called someone a whore derogatorily. And I would never do that.
Okay, then why is there two separate accounts of people who think that's the
And quite honestly, Dream, with the amount of shit that I've seen disproved about claims you've made, I'm not inclined to trust you on anything, motherfucker.
case? Like, one off, yeah. One off, yeah, but for two separate people to have two separate friends that you have done this to, it just comes
And you chasing up people, trying to explain yourself, you look pretty guilty.
like. But also, why is he saying this now in a Reddit post and not saying this in the stream he did? Or in the video he made?
Because that's how people address things when they're guilty. They have to go in comment sections. They have to go behind the scenes. They have to go in Reddit threads. We've seen this with a lot of people even we cover with the Americans.
Insane.
I will completely and fully say that I have called friends of mine jokingly whores, sluts, whatever. Guys and yes, girls. But only with people that joke along with it. Or have expressly said they don't care.
So he's literally admitting that he does do it often. So,
And again, only with friends of mine. This situation has been a lesson to just never say it at all, though, because it's being used to make me out as a bad person.
he will not say whore, but you know what he will say? The R slur.
I would never use it that way. Never ever meant anything negative when I've ever said it.
You can believe that is his intention, but it also, like, paired with the way that in the stream 2 days ago, the only times he brought up women were to make, like, exaggerated points with baseless suggestions. And he, with everyone else in that stream, he brought up screenshots and receipts. Pair it with that, paints a bit of a picture. Pair it with the fact that he cut around.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much here that is context-based. And if you pair everything together, you can get a broader understanding on Dream. And it doesn't look good when you put everything together.
Tom's video.
I'm
why-
so fucking insanely locked in. You have no idea. Where have these people been? Why did you not tell me to fucking clock them earlier?
Sexist for how they handled the George and Katie situation, and instead to go, what's the context?
You don't provide any context. or
put any context.
You cut it out. Like, okay,
Block it.
makes this feel unbelievable, and this is blatantly based on what.
And if he's addressing it here, which is the point Tubbo's making, and being like, if you're addressing it here, but then your video being like, what is the context of any of this about me being misogynistic? But you can address the claims somewhere else, but not in your big video, goes to prove that you're a dishonest person.
Dream
And
has
also
said-
guilty. IMO. We believe.
I don't know the situation you're talking about, and obviously it's seemingly a bad look to have multiple instances
Yeah.
where I called a girl a whore LMAO.
It is a bad look.
But
Why is
I just
that
cannot
LMAO?
fathom that
I was
called
gonna say
a
an
stranger a
LMAO
whore,
there is
even
crazy.
jokingly, regardless of
An LMAO after being like, I've had multiple instances allegedly of calling a woman a whore. LMAO. God, he sucks.
whether I was drunk or not. If I actually did, I would absolutely want to apologize and clear up anything that I possibly can with them, because it's
good.
upsetting to know that I made anyone upset or made them feel badly. I would like to say, though, that it's not unreasonable to think that it is a misrepresentation of what actually happened, or is being looked at through a negative tint given recent events.
I swear to God, if I have to hear Dream say what actually happened or what actually is the case one more time and then proceed to say a bunch of shit without evidence, even though he's so hell-bent on asking for evidence, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Like, it's crazy. It's, like, crazy. Wait, where was I?
I would like to say, though, that it's not unreasonable to think that it is a misrepresentation of what actually happened, or is being looked at through a negative tint given recent events. When if this wasn't all going on, it would have been viewed as, oh, that's obviously a joke. Given the fact that I've been a bit of a punching bag for a bit online, and you never know what motivation...
God! I hate when people self-victimize themselves so much that they use it as their main way of a distraction when addressing something. You know, I'm a punching bag. You know, I'm so hated. You know, I'm a villain. As long as it's entertaining to you.
People
Third
have to
time
say
in this
things.
message
Crazy
he's
woman.
mentioned how
It
much
would
shit
have
he
been as
gets
well.
online, by the way.
Because like I said, the Nicholas stuff was pretty eye-opening in a lot of ways, including specifically how people feel about those words in general, which I never really thought about. And again, I've always been extremely careful and delicate with how I interact with anyone I've just met. I never would demean or speak down on someone like that. If that did actually
Meanwhile,
happen,
he called every Tommy in it fan the R slur.
Mate,
it was naivety on my part and not malice. And it's a word I'm removing from my vocabulary.
if that did actually happen, dude.
It is crazy, that phrasing. If this actually did happen, that's such a... There's so much here that I'm getting overwhelmed. But Tubbo slowing that down for me was a really good point. If that actually happened is 101, just like deflecting. And it's quite honestly one of the worst things people can say when in a scandal. Well, if you feel that way, if that did happen, shut up.
Dude.
If that did actually happen.
Dude. The downplaying, again, man. Two separate people, and you're like, if that did actually happen, why not just say, take that out and say what you're going to say now?
If that did actually happen, it was naivety on my part and not malice.
Okay, which sounds better? If that did actually happen, it was naivety on my part and not malice, and it's a word I'll be removing from my vocabulary. Or, it was naivety on my part and not malice, and it's a word I'm removing from my vocabulary. It's such an unnecessary thing to include, but it's included for such a reason of downplaying something.
And it's a word I'm removing from my vocabulary, and I hope I get a chance to apologize to them. But again, I have no idea what you're specifically talking about.
I have no idea what
so
you're
I
talking
probably
about.
won't get a chance or even confirmation that it happened.
Right,
I have no idea what you're talking about, but here's a big statement about it.
going to the toilet. I'll be right back.
Oh, the diva's gone.
In for it. Okay, we've talked about the music. We've talked about my clips being cut out of context and being at the start of the video to make Tom seem more insane and out of touch.
Yeah.
We talked about him going, why is Tom calling my whole friend group sexists? He goes, what is the context? The context is the context you removed, which is because of how you're
All in which came before you, Coconut
also,
Tree.
Now you can tag onto that. What is the context? You can apply the additional context of this Reddit post with the two additional people which are friends of Ludwig's and friends of...
Again, just... He's addressing everything on every forum that isn't his biggest social media platform, and it's a common tactic by these people.
Robbers that are women that you've called whores, and you can also take the context of the stream you did 2 days ago, where the only time you brought up baseless stuff was when mentioning two other women, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Next up, what is the context? That is the context. Next up, let's talk about Tom's text of 12 months. I already explained in great detail on my stream 2 days ago why I think in this situation it was insane to message his mum.
It's incredibly
actually
invasive.
insane. And I don't think the context makes it better. I don't understand the relevance of these clips of sadness.
Also, bringing his mum up is incredibly interesting, and he did it because he knew that it would get her hate, in my opinion, we believe, because now she's getting all these spam texts from his crazy fans.
From George and saying he's profiting off of them because the video would have done the same. The video would perform the same whether they were in it or not. Let's be serious. Yeah. This is just old clips of Tom being nice to
Which
Dream.
is irrelevant.
And Dream repeatedly going, there's no way you actually believe this in your heart. Dude, it's just downplaying. It's just a downplaying. It's crazy. He's on about the merch now, the family business. Okay, cool. You do all your merch in-house. Okay, cool. We've spoken about him accusing Tom of making his merch with child labor in a sweatshop, and his evidence for that was that he used a shady merch company that has now gone bankrupt. And to prove that, he then attached an invoices that I paid. I paid this $25,000, and then I paid this next up $20,000. That is how he's proved that Tom did child labor to produce his merchandise.
This is
and then
insane.
He also then alters this CoffeeZilla video to put Tom at the center of this pyramid rather than the original footage that is there. Again, misrepresenting a situation he doesn't know anything about and wasn't part of it. And this proves
Insane.
that. His own stream.
The Steve is clocking.
His own stream. Next up, he also doesn't mention how in CoffeeZilla's video, he says that he reached out to every creator and asked for comment, and all of them legally couldn't comment. So he's kind of bringing this up as like a, haha, I know because I watched this CoffeeZilla video that no creators can comment on this legally. So I can bring this up and show these invoices and be like, ha ha ha, there's no way that Tom doesn't use child labor, even though I've just gone on stream and said I paid these invoices. Next up, we can go to Tom. He plugs his own merch. He criticizes Tom for plugging. Fine. You both plug. Okay, fine. He goes on to Tom and then he says, what Tom makes is real. He insinuates that it's ridiculous to say that he doesn't put effort into his videos and stuff. Again, subjective, don't care, doesn't matter. He just has fun with our friends. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Next, we're on about these messages. These messages here have been deliberately cropped.
We know they've been
First of all,
edited.
this isn't about Tom. This is about Jack Manifold. Dream knows that because in this screenshot of his timeline, you can see
using irrelevant screenshots that don't apply,
these
of course.
messages titled jackslowpay.jpg and jack50bucks.jpg, which is about Jack, not Tom, in a video about Tom. These next screenshots here, These next screenshots here, yeah, I think Tommy mentioned getting stands through rush cuts and stuff we have seen in this stop here, outsourced fans. You can see the full screenshot there, which we have here, which says, but he didn't, which Dream has deliberately chosen to crop out of there. Cool. Repeatedly calling Tom's editing team a sweatshop. That's cool. Talking about the text of Tom's mum. He says, this is the only message that I sent to Tom's mum in the stream 2 days ago.
He said that twice.
He sent an additional text, which he's just gone completely back on here, which he did, by the way. And then he's shown the...
All right, well, that's the end of that. The Devo is going off at the end. Here's my thing. It is crazy to me that people like Dream, and we've seen this before with YouTubers, when they know they're in the wrong, but they'll double down on points. And it's interesting that they continue to do this, because do they not think that people will bring an argument up against them? And then if you get disproven on your video, that's like your big chance to disprove Tommy in it. People prove that you lie in that video. Do you realize that that breaks down the pillars of any credibility that you may have had moving forward? Cannot reiterate enough that Dream was someone who befriended a minor, which, you know. And Tommy grew up, speaks out against Dream for a situation that Dream involves himself in, by the way. And then Dream turns turbo mode on him with a bunch of lies and irrelevant screenshots, but trying to relate to Tommy. One thing I will say in closing, love this diva, Tubbo. I mixed Tubbo and diva together. I love a diva that can clock. And I will be locking in. Why did y'all not tell me that the Minecraft people were this messy? I would have locked in years ago. I went to VidCon 2 years ago and they were the main people there. I would have been there with a mic in hand. The pink mic in hand. Alright, muckers, I will see you in my next one. I hope you're all doing very well. And if there's anything else you want me to react to, let me know, because you know, if you say it, I'll do it. I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.